I'm just doing my I was trying to get. Oh, let me say a magic trick. I bet you don't know no magic trick.
Oh, I'm not doing magic. I'm doing tarot.
Do something. Show me something.
What's your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
A Virgo. Okay, a Virgo. Let's do something for Bigo King. He's a Virgo. I'm gonna pull three cards for you. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's see what he's been going through, where he's at, and what's coming in, please. Okay, Virgo. Hmm. Okay. Whew. All right. If this doesn't resonate, you can be honest with me. Okay. All right. I am the effort child, y'all. So the moon card usually talks about when we have secrets that have come to light. Usually when skeletons have been taken out the closet and we're faced with something that maybe we had an inkling about, but now it's kind of pulled out and it's in the face and we can't really unsee it anymore. We're talking about real, I would say, major things usually when the moon comes up. We're talking about like secrets, new knowledge, things that are exposed, all right? With the Seven of Wands, usually talking about individuals that are in a place to where they are really defending themselves, having to hold their ground, maybe even finding themselves kind of the subject to attacks from other individuals or even groups of people. A lot of times this card is really an encouragement to continue to do what we've been doing, which is holding our ground and not swaying by mob mentality, kind of, holding true to what we feel is right and what we feel is moral. And then the Ten of Pentacles
Hello.
at the end here. I mean, this could mean a few things. Sorry, Ten of Cups inverted at the end here can mean a few things, right? It can either talk about finding connection and community with a larger group of people and kind of feeling like something bigger than ourselves. But just giving
Mm-hmm.
context with here, I feel like it's really with an understanding of actually that this feeling of completion that we feel or independence that we feel is something that comes from within. It doesn't come from the
Mm-hmm.
people that we're around. Like we are not sheep. Like we're not products of the environment or the people we are around. We are our own individual persons, regardless of how the other people around us may be swaying.
Mm-hmm.
Does that resonate at all?
Oh, you all right with it?
Okay, dope, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna follow you. Follow me back. I do tarot readings and meditations and shit. What's your sign?
Wait, oh, Afro Child, you did a reading?
What's your zodiac sign?
Oh, okay, Afro Child. I was
It's
just
all
kidding. I
good.
was just kidding. Okay, bitch, bitch, Afro, bitch. Let me tell you something, bitch. If you put a hex on me, I'm going to murder you still.
I mean, you
Okay,
can't
no,
blame me
but
for the
my
bad things that happen in your life. People should just be nice, and then you don't have to worry about.
okay, Afro, okay, Afro, I'm paying it. I'm paying it. Okay, so
You're
I'm
a
a Taurus.
Taurus. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, cool. A Taurus. Okay, well, let me see.
Ooh, we been talking about.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Baby, you need to sleep more. You haven't been sleeping enough. You're dealing with too much anxiety and stuff at night. And like, even when you log off the app and you've decided, I'm going to try to sleep, you still staying up and you're worried, like with these thoughts and like some kind of fear about unknown things that are coming up, love. I don't know what it is, but you need to get a little more sleep, all right? What I will say, the Ace of Pentacles.
My
Yeah,
store.
Ace of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, the investment that it's talking about. Okay, Ace of Pentacles is usually talking about an investment, right? So with this showing up underneath it, it's like, I don't know what you're tripping out about, love, but it's really important to understand that when you're dealing with new ventures and new opportunities, the fear that you feel is completely self-made. Look, all right, let me get close with this. This baby, it looks like it's like crying because this ghost is like haunting it. But honestly, what it really is, this baby is waking up from a dream. It's yawning and the nightmare is being banished away. So it's important to remember that when you're dealing with this stuff, you want to keep things where the light is, like where the sun is right here. That's what you want to focus on. Don't focus on this dark and dismal place. Focus on the opportunities, right? When we talk about fear, sorry, I get really excited. When we talk about fear, we get worried about these unknown things, and we're like, oh my gosh, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, I don't want to lose money, I don't want to hire bad employees, I don't want to get gypped, I don't want to go out of business. But it's like when we make choices based on those anxieties and fears, we actually give it permission to manifest. What you could do instead is focus
Okay,
on
I
the
have a
goals.
question.
Focus on what actually makes you feel secure. What makes you feel secure, safe, happy.
Can I ask you
Yeah,
some questions? So, what does my future entail? Because a lot of people are always say I'm going to be very successful. Already being young, I'm going to be very successful. My future entail, and then I also have this problem with trusting individuals. I have a small circle. I feel like everybody's against. Like, okay, could you like give me a few? What's
I
the future
can. I
like?
can. It'll be a few more cards, so hopefully your comments are cool with that. It might be a little longer, but yeah, I can. I can do that. I can do that. You cool with it?
Okay,
Uh,
y'all ready? Y'all want to hear
you want to
each
hear
of the?
it?
If you don't want to hear this, if you don't,
Period.
go ahead, go, because we finna get
Period. Love it. All right.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I'm
Don't be
scared,
scared. Well,
bro.
I mean, overall, what your whole thing is gonna be down, and what it's gonna come down to is how you adjust. Like this card is about like adapting, and this card is about accountability. So basically, that's gonna be the gist of the message. It's about how you adapt to accountability as a leader. Okay. So what we're here, like, yeah, like I mean, and you did just share, with me that you've had some trust issues, but with the temperance card and with the tower as the obstacle, it definitely tells me that you're going through a period of healing right now. I feel like you were probably burnt in a way that where you went in with the best intentions and actually went in without any other type of agenda or any other type of like. I don't think you were in it to get in it for yourself, and I feel like it probably came crashing down. It probably like burnt you a little bit. Um, it's like in the distant past and in the most immediate past, it's like these two characters right here. It's almost like when we've made a decision and we thought we made the right choice that was based on logic, and logically it made the right choice, but it was like people's actions didn't like match their words, and we're kind of in a place to where we're actually like, oh, like I can't do business with you anymore, or I can't fuck with you anymore because of like our past. It's almost like she's telling this woman like I can't deal with you because like look at what happened. Like look at it, right? So I feel like yeah, I mean, and I don't know how, if this is talking about a person that we had to like distance ourselves from, I feel like it's pretty much like a kind of a final thing. And like, I don't know if they're still trying to like reach out and connect, but I would say that you really need to just hold strong in what you know, because the high priestess right here was like really telling you whatever that intuition, that thing at the pit of your stomach that you decided to ignore back here. I feel like it's really been sounding off, and you're at a place where you're like, you know what, I need to actually heed that, because whoever this was definitely getting in the way of our obstacles, right? Definitely getting in the way of our obstacles with the Ace of Swords here. Now, with these last few things, this is talking about the future success, okay? So, specifically, what is kind of on our forefront of our mind? I feel like there's a worry that if we leave whatever this was or whoever this was behind, that like we don't know what success looks like without them, or kind of what the future might hold, right? But it's really understanding that like this man, the reason why he circles death with all these swords is because he's using logic and the truth to know exactly. It's like when you don't even have to put your hands on somebody and you just know, wow, I gotta leave you there. You showed me how you were. Things, whatever, didn't go that way, and I gotta leave you there, and I just gotta press forward. Even if we don't have closure with that, it's kind of with the understanding we might not be meant to have closure, because that person might. I mean, look, I don't think they're ready for it. I don't think they're ready for it. So right now, you need to just keep on pressing forward and focusing on like the success that is laid out for you. Now, all right, these next three cards are specifically talking about success and like what to do, like how to make it that. Because like clearly, I think you already see that you're gonna be successful with what you're doing. Two of Pentacles is about holding on to what you got, not being greedy, kind of understanding the importance of stability and being content with what we have here and winning with that, right? Really winning with that. Six of Wands is really about, hey, brother, I know I'm here. Look, I'm gonna hit you up in a second. Six of Wands for me is really about victory, when victory is assured, right? Now, what this says to me, aside from that, look, I don't give a fuck what any of these bitches on the peanut gallery have to say. You see, there's the girl, she's cheering, she's like, ah! And then the other girl, she's like, Um, just know, like, look, when we're making moves, especially with money and stuff, it's really important to not get distracted and not get distracted by the people that you don't know that you actually find out have been rooting for your demise, and to equally don't get distracted with the people blowing your head up either, because all of that is a distraction. This man, look at him. He is being carried to his throne on the back of this lion. He's not focused on the peanut gallery or the peasants at the side. He's focused on getting to the throne. And when he gets there, then you can deliberate through people, figure out who is on your side and who isn't. Right now, it might make us feel good in the moment, but all it's going to do is take away from what we want and what we really want to achieve. When what we need to be doing is focusing, and maybe we've been giving those people a little too much attention, and that's understandable. But what you need to be focusing right now is how you want to create your world, love. Your world. This man, like you look at the focus and care and love that he's putting into creating this world. He's not doing it like his hands aren't like this. They're very soft. They're very calm. His brow is focused. You know, he's very much in tune with taking all of the lessons that he's learned, all of the successes, all of the failures, and being like, all right, here is where I start. At the end of this journey, or the place that I'm coming to, or the end of whatever it is, or whoever it is that I just fucking left, it's not about that. It's about taking all of that, figuring out, okay, how do I take this to become better? How do I become a better leader? How do I let this inform me of the world that I want to create instead of taking what has just been handed to me by others?
Okay, Afro Child, where do we like my group chat? We are like it's me, Naima, like PYT, B. We all want to like one day have like a reading panel where somebody can like literally just go through. So when are you free? When are you
You let
free?
me know if y'all are talking about doing that. I'm usually free and I am not opposed to moving my schedule around. So y'all just let me know. Real talk.
Um. So what? Okay. What? So
Um,
like, in the like. So does it say success? Like, what does it mean?
wait, say that one more time.
Like, so like, does it? So I will be
Yes.
successful,
No, definitely
or
saying that you will be successful. What the key is I think staying focused on and making calls. Like especially when you are starting something, it's really important to understand you can take advice from other people, you can hear stuff, but it really comes down to you, your decisions. You can be informed by other people, but people don't always see your nobody honestly sees your vision. Nobody's in your head but you. So when people give you advice or stuff like that, it will be from their best, hopefully it's from their best intentions. That doesn't always mean that it's meant to be taken. It doesn't mean ignore it and just disregard it, but it really comes down to like what you decide and what you want, you know. But definitely the key is definitely reflection and definitely like staying focused on your goal and not losing track of it, not getting caught up on somebody else's goal, focusing on yours.
and then the last one I have. Okay, so I have this childhood friend, grown up with my friend for a long time. I want to not see like I don't want to do the future, but like, could you do could you do an individual one on that? For some reason, I see like something bad happening to the person, and I'm not able like not even my pride is just of being hurt so much where I just have to let go in order for my success to keep growing. I feel like something bad. Now I don't want to put that on the road that something bad gonna happen to him, but I feel like if we got two different paths. My path is success. His path is gang
Mm.
stuff like that. So, do could you? Is there a way? Is there cards that could show it like
I mean, what's your? I mean, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know. I'm
I
just
think it's important to understand what your question is exactly. It sounds like you're asking if this is somebody you should be investing your time in or connecting with, or
I mean, I know, no, not in a. The question is, like, should I communicate? Like, I don't know. I feel like a bad, I feel like, something really bad gonna happen to.
mm,
Now that he don't have like a direction in
mhm,
his life, I just want to see if my friend like is something bad gonna happen. That like, is this something I should be worried about? Is this something I should recommunicate with him to like? That's
mm,
kind of the question.
okay. Well,
Should I
let me
communicate with
see
him?
what came
I
out.
feel
Let me
like
just tell you what came out here, and hopefully it'll speak to you a little bit. I mean, what's interesting is I had the wheel and the observer come up, and they're like opposing each other, right? So, I
mhm.
don't know. And then at the bottom, I have the Knave of Wands. So I don't know if this person is kind of like impulsive, hot headed, kind of quick to, I don't even know what are the words I'm trying to find. Just quick to react, right? Um, but I don't know. I mean, the with the Wheel of Fortune showing up inverted, and then the Observer showing up upright, and them kind of being in this place. I mean, it definitely, it. Ugh. Okay, I mean, I feel like if you feel an inkling or something in your stomach, and if you have a feeling, I would definitely say something, but also understand too that people have their own free will and their own choices, right? They definitely have their own choices. The observer really has to do with sacrifice, specifically. And really when we're talking about sacrifice, it's kind of with the understanding that when we want to open ourselves up to greater and better things, we sacrifice things of actually great value. It's not about giving up and sacrificing things and letting go of things that we don't care about. It's really, you know, we give up things that we care about to get better things. I guess is the best way for me to put it. Um, I definitely, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, when the wheel card shows up inverted, it's usually talking about bad luck. All right. And this you can look up for yourself. But typically, the Wheel of Fortune inverted is talking about bad luck. So I feel like if you feel like something, I think it's important to really um understand like it might be about sitting and waiting for the right opportunity to say something. Like if you feel something at the pit of your stomach, and like, you know, if you have one of those moments where you wake up in the middle of the night and you're thinking about them, I would say those are the moments to reach out, right? When you have those moments when you're just where you just can't get them off of your mind and you just feel like you know, like those are. I'll use this as an example. Okay, I had my grandfather pass away earlier this year, and literally the hour and about the time that he passed, the night before, I had a dream, and the day that I was talking to one of my friends about it, it was really heavy on my mind, and he was like, "What's on your mind? Like, what's going on?" And it was like my grandpa. So I finally told him, and then an hour later, my dad calls and tells me that an hour ago, my grandfather passed away. So it's like I felt this whole like thing. I felt this thing pulling at my mind and my heart, and you know, I ignored it. Granted, like it wouldn't have done anything if I would have reached out. Like honestly, like he, you know, like he was like 92, so it was time. But what I'm saying is that that intuitive nature, that thing that we feel when we're talking about people, or when like you think about somebody and they text you or they call you or whatever, those are real messages. That's the universe, your intuition, our sixth sense, if you will, really trying to communicate with us. So I would say it's important to listen to that. I do think you should reach out and say something. I think it's important to wait for when you feel it's the right moment.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much, Afro Child, and I definitely
Of
be
course,
accountable.
love. Here Beautiful. Hello.
Um.
How are you?
Okay. So I'm. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, have you ever had a tarot reading before?
No.
Okay, dope. Well, basically, I mean, all I really need is just your zodiac sign and kind of the topic you want to get into, or if you have a question or whatever, and then, we can get into it. If you want to talk about it, you can. If you just want to give the minimum, details, that's totally fine. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
So I'm a Scorpio. I'm a
Okay.
Scorpio. Um. And the topic is just like I'm just like confused if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like I don't know where my emotions is. Like I don't know how to explain it because like I never can explain how I feel to people.
Mm.
Like okay, so I don't mean to get touchy, but like
You fine?
2 weeks ago, or no, February 10th, my grandmother died from cancer. And like you said on King's reading, um, that the night before, a couple hours before she had passed away, I just kept thinking about her. And like, I wanted to reach out, but like, I couldn't because like she wasn't in the, like, she couldn't talk because the cancer,
Mm.
got to her that bad. So like, I just had a feeling, but I just brushed that feeling away because like, the day before or 2 days before I saw her, she was perfectly fine walking around.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I should have contacted her. And then the other thing that just be like a burden on my back is like my mom. Um, she battles schizophrenia,
Mm.
and so me and her never really had a mother and daughter connection. Me and her never talked. Me and her really never, you know, had that bond. Never ever, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of been like I'll be wanting to talk to her, but I never had the chance because I'm scared. Like, because I don't know
Okay.
what to say.
Godchild, I'm gonna
And
let you up so I can get to you next, but I'm gonna be focusing on her, okay? Go ahead, keep talking.
yeah, and then I don't talk to my mom's side of
Hey.
the family because
Mm-hmm.
they just they don't reach out to me, and I be wanting to reach out to them, but it's just like I don't know if I should because I'm the youngest child. And
Mm-hmm.
then like my sisters on my dad's side, like I be wanting them to talk to my dad because my dad be trying to reach out to them because like what if it's too late and it's too late for y'all to contact them? Y'all gonna feel a type of way? Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. It's too
Yeah.
it's too much.
Thank you, Godchild. I have you muted just for a second, just so I can focus on Andrea, okay? Okay. So, let me see. I'm trying to think of what exactly we can pull here. I mean, I'm hearing you talk. I kind of feel it. I'm gonna just pull a few cards and let's just see. I feel like just with what you're saying, I don't really feel so much of a spread. Um, I feel, yeah, yes. Let me just kind of see what this is. So, okay, let's do this for Drea. Scorpio, let's just give her some insight, please. Whatever the guidance is, please make it plain and clear. Let it speak to her so that she knows exactly what's being said. We're really grateful for the messages we've received so far today, and we're really grateful for all the ones that will continue to show up for us. Okay, let me see. Okay. All right, so let's get into this. So at the bottom we have the Hierophant, which to me I feel like talks a lot about like structure, institution, but more importantly with kind of what you shared with me. I feel like what this is talking about is kind of almost the idea of morality and ethics and kind of like specifically around tradition is what I'm kind of feeling with this card right now. So let me get into this. We have the Two of Cups with the Temperance card. So what that says to me, I feel like it's talking about our relationship that is either in need of healing or going through some healing right now. The Two of Cups is about like a joining, like a meeting. Usually I feel like it's talking about friendship, companionship, people that like are two peas in one pod, and with the Temperance card that has to do with healing. And I think, time. But yeah, so I definitely hear what you're saying about like I feel like mending relationships is kind of a want for you right now, and maybe it's kind of the idea of how that happens is kind of eluding us. The Observer, this has been showing up a lot. The Observer with the Ace of Wands here. So the Observer is usually illustrated by the Hanged Man in tarot, but just this is a Black Knight deck, so they don't really do the Hanged Man thing. And with the Ace of Wands, hmm, what this would say to me, yeah, this is interesting. The Observer typically has to do with choices and sacrifice is what I was just saying in the past reading when this came up with somebody. With the Ace of Wands, I feel like it's kind of like typically that's talking about new starts, new journeys. When it's inverted, it's talking about the obstacles around that, around being able to start that, or even sometimes finish it. So I feel like, what you were talking about was like kind of like the inability to be able to like, I feel like you're thinking about, at the end of the road, right? Because aces can be at the start or at the end of a deck, right? At the end of it, I feel like it's kind of like I feel a lot of unresolved energy here, I guess is kind of what I'm saying. And I don't know. I think it's kind of like one thing that maybe that you're feeling, and you have like expressed it. I do want to be transparent about that. I feel like it's kind of like what happens, it's kind of like what do we give up when we don't want to resolve our own issues or just resolve things with people. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm feeling there. Let me kind of go on and see if that makes a little sense as we come back. Because not gonna lie, that makes me a little. I'm a little with this. Um, the Queen of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles showing up. This is definitely talking about choices, decisions, and working from logic and reason. Not thinking about necessarily what always feels good. I mean, what's so interesting is it's like she's beckoning here. This is what it's laying out as, right? It's like this card a lot of the time to me is talking about like boundaries or having to like really focus on making decisions that don't always feel good or don't always feel great but we know are necessary and kind of like needed to move forward. I mean, even just with what you said, it's kind of like when we're talking to people and when we're dealing with the end of life or when we're dealing with these things, it's kind of like, do you want to focus on like what's right or do you want to like give in to your pride and sacrifice possibly closure with stuff? I think it's important for you to understand that you can't make anybody do anything. All you can do is kind of conduct yourself the right way. And when people are coming to you, like I mean, God forbid the worst happens, right? Which happens to all of us eventually. But at the end of the day, if you do what you need to so that your conscience is clear, and so that when that time comes, you're able to handle it peacefully, and you're able to kind of come out on the other side and be like, all right, I'm good. That's what's important. Because the Queen of Pentacles, look, this is about, I'm not gonna lie, this card does show up a lot when we're talking about money, inheritance, and building for the future. Okay, I'm gonna be honest about it. But what the card for me is about thinking and manifesting. What is the life that we want? Who are the people that we want around? If I want to have a family, if I want to have a home, if I want to have a better um scale of living, what are the decisions that I need to make and what do I need to start focusing on, right? Four of Cups with the Two of Wands here. Look, I don't know what type of fear there is around leaving people behind, right? But the Four of Cups is usually talking about platonic paths when we are at a parting of the ways. And that can bring up a lot of anxiety and fear. So the story behind this card, right, is the cub and the orphan, the human orphan. They're both abandoned when they're young, and they find a way to cohabitate and to survive. Because of they find a way to survive, their lives go on, and they're able to cheat death in a sense. But because of that, when their life continues on, the boy becomes the hunter, and the man becomes the cub becomes the full lion. They don't have the same relationship anymore because they were able to cheat the odds, and it's with the understanding that that relationship or that interaction, whatever it is, was beneficial. And now we're at a new season. We're at the parting of the ways to where things can't be the same. And that can bring up a lot of anxiety and fear, but it's really important to understand a lot of times we trip ourselves out with the unknown. Just because it's unknown does not mean that it's something to be scared of. It just means it's something new. So with that, we can actually focus on the opportunities instead of focusing on what like could go wrong. So at the end here, what I feel like this is saying, the Queen of Cups with the star. Okay, let me show you her with the star. So, Queen of Cups shows up usually when we've gone through a depressing period, a dark time emotionally, and we've been able to come out on the other side, understanding why it happened to us and why we had to go through it. Kind of understanding, ooh, that was a shitty dark time, but I see why I had to go through that, kind of why I had to fall and break away and break down so that I could be built up again stronger. And kind of understanding the star is really about focusing on your dreams and your goals and kind of what that looks like, not focusing on kind of these petty, these petty first world issues like arguments about possessions and things is what's popping into my mind. Arguments about, who does what or who did what or where this comes from or where this goes. I don't know why I'm saying that. But I feel like the star is more about turning away from the chatter of the world and focusing on our destination and our goal and kind of like when we're in a place to where we're like, okay, I understand why I went through this, why I had this experience. The reason why I had this experience is because I'm supposed to learn something that these people aren't learning. And I'm supposed to let that take me and guide me and lead me, especially if it's like there's the star and then there's this hierophant that's looking at the sun, which is a star as well. And I feel like it's really about, I almost want to say like remembering the things that you were taught when you were growing up, almost remembering the morals and the things that are important to you and the things that you came to believe were true and right, and more importantly the things that were important, you know um I hope that's giving you some insight.
Honestly, you literally spoke my whole life story when you was making that read. And you even spoke King's situation. Like, he was telling us about a situation, and you said it from the beginning to the end. And you just said mine from the beginning to the end. Like, the
Wow,
whole thing.
that's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, well that makes me really happy to hear, actually. Like, I'm really really happy to hear that I did something for you.
Thank you.
Of course, love, feel free to come back anytime, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, God's child.
Hey, my bad.
Hey.
I was
Oh
doing.
no, don't worry. I just finished up with her. It's all good. I appreciate you sitting there and waiting patiently.
Yeah, I was just straightening up around the house. My daughter just finally went to.
Okay. Oh, looks like she got a call, everybody. Y'all make sure you follow me, please. Share the live, tap the screen, all that fun
I'm
stuff.
right here. My
Beautiful.
bad.
No worries. I figured. I was like, oh, it looked like she got a call. Okay, dope. Well, yeah, you saw kind of how I've been going. Go ahead, give me your zodiac sign and tell me what you want this to be about.
I'm a Capricorn, and I was just on the phone with my Capricorn best friend, who's my daughter's godmother, and I was over here like, I need a reading. I need to find out whether I'm getting my husband or something because I've just been struggling with love.
Love.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm a rape and domestic violence survivor. Um,
Mm.
and I struggle with mental illness. I'm a single mother. I have a lot of unhealed trauma. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm a survivor as well, so yes, I am all here for it. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. So this is a looking for love spread. We're gonna focus on seven areas. Okay, we're gonna talk about why we haven't been able to find. I'm saying we, but you know you. Why we haven't been able to find love yet, and kind of what we can do to overcome that obstacle. We'll then focus on
Mhm.
what we can do to manifest love, who we should be going after or focusing on, when and then where we find love. And then at the end, it'll be, I guess, your true love message is the best way to verbalize it. That sound cool?
Yes, sir.
All right, sweet. Let's do this for God's child. She is a Capricorn. Let's give her the advice, guidance, or encouragement, whatever it is that's needed. Please just give her the insight, make it plain, make it clear, let it resonate. We are so grateful for the messages that have been coming in today and grateful for the ones that we'll continue to receive. Alrighty, let's get into it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, you ready?
Yes, sir,
If
I
you
am.
need me to pause at any point, please just do not hesitate to say, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so first off, when we're talking about kind of why we haven't been able to find love yet and kind of what we can do to overcome that obstacle, okay? So the Eight of Cups definitely talks about it usually talks about leaving one destination for another, leaving one area or one person or one thing and going to the next. So let me get into this a little more. They illustrate this with the pygmy god of hunting. I can't show them too much because they're shirtless, but you see, he's specifically the god of initiation. Okay, so let's talk about initiation real quick. Initiation with traditional African tribes was for like women, boys, like basically it was about letting your childhood die away and coming into your adulthood, right? So in a sense, there's like kind of a sense of letting go, of mourning, but really of almost like I said, our childhood dying so that we can, have another life. So I feel like whatever this was, and you shared your experience and that you're a survivor. I think it's not just about as a survivor, I hate when people say, "Oh, well, this was just like what was meant for you. It's like your path, and you're la 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 la." Like I hate it. I think it's like gaslighting to like the nth degree. Like it's crazy. But what I feel like people try to say, and what I feel like this is saying, is that in a sense, when we go through processes like that, it's like a part of us dies and is reborn, and the parts of us that we have are that we are able to like leave with and that we're able to take with us are what we build on, right? And it's kind of like the things that we are left with then become our new foundation, our new thing, and kind of understanding that whatever was left there, it might not be fair and it might not be right, but it's just what had to happen so that we could go to the next place. It's like understanding, okay, those are the things I had to leave there, the experiences, the feelings, the emotions, the perceptions of myself, the perceptions of others, how I saw the world, how I saw love, needed to be left there and kind of like brought into this new place. The Ten of Swords definitely understanding and how to kind of really sit and be in this place to where we can really move on to the next place is understanding the finality and that it really believing that it's done, believing and knowing, okay, like that was the final nail in the coffin, it was the final sword in the back, we are fully turning our back on it and going to the next place, and understanding that with that with That final sword and leaving that there, that final nail in the coffin, we gotta leave the hammer there too. We gotta leave the scabbard. We gotta leave all of that and kind of understand that by doing that and leaving that, it's like we're escaping with our life. Like literally, she's literally escaping with her life. Literally. Literally. Like literally. That man ain't gonna make it, unfortunately. The man ain't gonna make it, and neither is that goat. But she's about to make it with, I don't know if that's a dog or cow or lamb or something at the bottom. I'm not sure what it is. But it's like she's making it out with her life, right? She's not turning back. You know what I just realized? Holy shit! He's looking back. He's turning back, and that's why he's in the monster's jaws. She is gonna make it out because she is like she's like, nope, I'm out of here, bitch. I'm booking it. Okay. So let's get into the next areas. What we can do to manifest love and who we should be focusing on. So interesting. I don't know how far the what you were talking about the situation went, but I feel like it's really important right now to understand that we do not have time for a one-sided partnerships, one-sided charities, one-sided relationships. You should not be taking care of nobody. And that doesn't mean that you aren't
Wow.
capable of it, but you should not be taking care of nobody. You should not
You
be
hit it
taking care of
right on the
nobody.
nail. Yes, you hit it right on the nail. Everything you're saying is true.
Yes.
I have a hard time letting go, and I'm always doing everything. Like I'm an alpha female. Like I'm tired. I'm
Mm-hmm.
exhausted.
Yes, and the thing with that is the Six of Pentacles isn't when it's inverted and when we want to get it upright, it's not about having somebody take care of us even. It's having somebody meet us evenly. Meet us in a
Oh
place to
yes,
where it is equal charity, it is
yes,
equal work. Whether I am giving the money or the physical effort or the work, whatever it is, it's an even trade off, even if it's not dealing with the same materials or the same things, right? It's not like, it's like if you brought the salad, I brought the plates, or if like very much that like working together in a way that is
yes,
beneficial, not just like, if you brought the salad and I brought the salad, like that's not it either. It's understanding what is complementary and what is equal to us, equitable almost. So as far as who, yeah, this is the King of Pentacles, baby. This like I would and I usually don't go into the whole binary and shit, but for real, you deserve a king. You deserve somebody that is going to that is very able to provide for themselves, is able to provide for you if needed, but it's not even something that I think is needed for you, but it's very much like somebody that is able to be confident and not that and that is successful, like is almost a self-starter. And even more so too, that the King of Pentacles isn't just about his own investments and his own success. He also is an investor, somebody that believes in others. He's not a selfish king, right? If he has it,
uh-huh.
it means his kingdom has it. And likewise, he doesn't need nobody to provide for him either. So it's the
Yes,
energy of
yes,
somebody that is generous, but also somebody that is self-sufficient, is confident, is
wow, wow,
stable. You know,
wow.
as far as when and where, we have the Queen of Cups with the Strength card. So the Queen of Cups, I feel like there is still some healing that we're doing. I feel like the Queen of Cups a lot of times shows up when it's telling us to either confide in a close friend or in just somebody about what it is that we've been feeling. The Queen of Cups is somebody that this has been showing up, and this shown up for a few people today. She's somebody that's gone through like a very, very dark time. It's like she went through death and despair and sadness and depression and is on the other side understanding why we went through it and the importance building ourselves up from it and kind of, the new knowledge, the new strength that we find from that. I feel like we're in a
Wow.
place to where we're still trying to find it, and we know there's a reason. We know that we want to understand why this happened. But I think right now we're kind of like at the precipice of it, where it's like it's all kind of making sense, but I think you could really benefit from I mean, look, it's hard to talk to therapists right now because of what the fuck the country is
Yes.
going to.
Oh my God.
It's
Yes.
hard. It's really hard. So I think having somebody, a close female friend that you can really talk to and connect with, that isn't going to give you
Yes.
advice, that's just going to listen. And just
Oh
sometimes we just
my
need someone that
God.
can listen, that'll just
Yes.
let us talk.
Yes.
And sometimes that's the best therapy. They don't even have to say
Wow.
something sometimes.
Wow. You hit
I
it
think
right on the nail. Like literally before I like joined this live, I was on the phone with my daughter's godmother, just pouring out my heart to her about how I've been feeling and stuff. I'm just, I'm speechless. Like,
amazing. Okay, I got two more things for you, okay? But I mean that
yes.
makes me so happy to hear that. Like I'm getting like I got goosebumps. Um
Oh,
okay, so we're talking about where and then the final message. So the where, look, this strength card, I mean strength is everywhere, but this is Shango. So I think where it's really when you understand like it's like he's taming this beast. I think it's really coming to a place to where you not just are understanding this, but where it is no longer something. Fuck that man. Fuck the fear that it brought up with us. Fuck carrying that fear anywhere. Fuck it. Like when we are in a place to where we can stand, and I'm not saying physically, like actually being in there and like stand up to them, right? But when we are in a place to where we aren't scared of that shit anymore because we know it's done, we know it's over, we know we didn't deserve it, we know it's just done and over with. And not just that, it's like the strength comes from the persistence, from it's not just about like lifting something up and throwing it, it's about like maintaining it.
yes.
It's in the maintaining it, in understanding like it's just about the practicing the consistency. It doesn't mean that we do great each time. It doesn't mean that I feel good each time. It just means like, okay, if I was able to be consistent here, as long as I kept my progression forward, as long as I kept something, that is what I need to focus on. Not what I wasn't
Yes.
able to do or what I wasn't able to feel. The fact that I am
Wow.
still like pressing forward is what's important. And then at the end
Wow.
here, the 10 Texas! Oh my god, I have to go and see Texas. I totally missed his fucking thing. I'm so sad. Okay,
Oh,
sorry. So 10 of cups. 10 of cups at the end. Look, this is this card is a great card for especially when we're talking about love. Now, the importance with this card, understanding understanding that that feeling of completion doesn't come from an outside place, right? When we emulate a feeling of self-love and understanding and genuinely want to connect with people that are good, that are caring and loving, we embody that, and that's what attracts other people like that, right? It's not the
uh-huh.
other people being around us that are like, oh my gosh, you make me feel so complete. No, 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 no. I feel complete, and that's what has attracted these people into my life. That is more how we need to view it. I feel complete and I am healing, and that is what is bringing people around. I feel complete and happy and full, and that is why I feel like I am ready to be maybe ready for love again, or be ready to at least get out there. Like those are the mindsets we want to take and the approaches.
Wow, I'm speechless. You literally hit everything on the nail. Like, I'm over here smiling, cheesing. Just like,
Oh,
wow.
that makes me feel so good. That makes me feel so good for real.
You are very good at this. Like, I don't know your exact profession. I have an idea of it, but it's beautiful.
Thank you
It's
so much.
beautiful.
I'm really glad that did something for you, for real, for real.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Thank you for coming up. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for coming through. Please make sure you follow me. I'm gonna be back later, probably tomorrow, and doing more readings. This was great. We did this for an hour. I appreciate everybody that came out. Please make sure you follow me. I am the Afro Child, and I will catch y'all later.